What is going on, folk? It is NimbleThor here, and welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers, to my daily quest of finding the very best mobile games. Today, we've got a great episode ahead of us, by the way, as I am checking out a brand new game in one of my favorite genres on mobile. In fact, this game is so new that while it is released on Android, the iOS release is not out yet, although it is scheduled for 2019. So for those of you guys who are on iOS, just see this as a bit of an early preview of what you can expect from AnimA, which is an offline playable fantasy RPG set in this dark, gritty, underground dungeon, not too unlike another game that I can think of called Diablo that's also coming to mobile, and we're all waiting for that, of course. But while we're waiting, AnimA in many ways is a great alternative. It feels like a old school single player action RPG, which is why I'm so excited for the game, and I've been really looking forward to sharing it with you guys. So at the core of AnimA is a persistent game universe, which means that if we go back into a dungeon that we've already been in, the monsters won't have respawned, because why would they? We already killed them once, right? So that's pretty cool, and it means that we can go in and explore part of a dungeon, we can head out, and then we can head back in again. So if we find the exit in this dungeon, for example, we can head straight to the next level of the dungeon without finishing the last part of this dungeon. And that's very different from most other mobile RPGs, where typically the dungeons are randomly generated, and that's fun as well. Of course, it adds some replayability to the game, but I'm really liking that this time we get one persistent game universe that we can just go explore as either an archer, a mage, which is called a sorcerer in this game, oh, we died already, or a skirmish, which uses melee weapons. Now, I want to go back to the entrance of this dungeon, because I do think we do have a chance at actually defeating these guys, especially if we switch to this new crossbow. This one has 74 in attack, whereas the one we're using right now, the short bow, only has 29 in attack. Now, we do need some more dexterity, though, so I'm gonna go upgrade that right now. You guys can see that here underneath the equipment slots. We've got 8 points. Well, we've got 7 points left now, and this was enough dexterity to equip our new crossbow. So let's equip that one, and maybe we've also got another item waiting for us. Let's have a look. We've got another longbow, actually, a longbow here that requires 24 in dexterity, 40 in attack speed, and 64 in damage. I do think our crossbow is actually better than that. So for now, I want to just save up the last of those few stat points. We will probably return and use those last stat points later on, but for now, though, I want to use our ability points as well. So obviously, we can choose to upgrade our melee abilities, our magic abilities, or our ranged abilities. And I want to go for the ranged ones because I am an archer after all. So this one shoots an arrow that pierces through enemies. Can we buy that one? We can't buy it just yet. We can level up our existing one, though. So this one here, the strong arrow, so that becomes even stronger. What does it take to get this one? Requires level 14. This one places an explosive trap behind you, so I guess that's interesting as well. Let's equip that one in the skill slots over here on the right side. Is there anything else we can upgrade? Requires level 14. Level 21, okay. Level 28, we're definitely not there yet. So I think, oh, we can upgrade the roll, actually. That's awesome. Raises your movement speed for a short period of time. So let's get that one as well, and let's equip that over here, and then spend the last points on upgrading this one and on leveling up the trap a few times. So now we've got a new weapon equipped, we're all out of ability points, and I think we're ready to have a second go at the monsters waiting for us here. So let's, just before we head in, let's see what this trap, how that looks. Okay, so I guess the trap has a cooldown, and then it's gonna explode, and then I presume that if enemies walk into it, it's also immediately gonna explode. So let's try that one out. Let's see if we can lure these guys here, lay down a trap, and wait for someone to walk over it. Oh, so, okay, so it's actually not gonna explode automatically. We do have to have them stand on top of it as it explodes. Let's try to see if we can defeat these guys, though, with or without that explosive trap there. The trap is okay. I would love for it to have exploded automatically when monsters walked over it, but I guess maybe that was a bit too powerful. Now, we gotta do a lot of kiting here, because these guys deal a lot of damage, and we can't really afford having them deal too much damage to us. I can do a quick recovery here. I think that's necessary. So we just gotta run around. That's what kiting is. You just run around while you attack these monsters, constantly moving as often as possible, at least, so that you take as little damage as possible. Let's see if we can defeat this last zombie spitter level 7, which has sort of an aura around it that I think is why it deals so much damage. So maybe we're gonna get some epic loot from this one. Let's have a look. I think this is the last attack. Yes, there we go. So we got 2 new items from this guy here. We've got a shield. Let's go have a look at that one. Obviously, we can't really use shields, but this one is definitely much more powerful than one we got before, the wooden shield. This is an oval shield. And then what else did we get? We got a hand axe, actually a pretty powerful hand axe. So if we were to use melee, we could definitely use that one. Now, best of all, actually, with this game, we don't have to pick a certain class. So we can actually use, well, any class we want to. We can use any weapon. We can choose to upgrade some of the skirmish, so the melee attacks. If we want to go in and explore some of that, we can also choose to upgrade some of the wizard attack, some of the sorcery attacks. So we can actually make a combination of all classes. So we could have a magic archer, for example, and that just adds a lot of different combinations to explore to this game, which means there's a lot of replayability to the game. And I gotta admit, I felt a bit stuck at first, but after playing for, I would say, 1.5 to maybe 2 hours, I started finding so much great gear, and I started leveling up enough. I got good enough at avoiding enemies. I just had to learn through first-hand experience that we have to actually run away from enemies a lot in this game. I figured that we'd probably just be able to stand still and attack them, but nope, if you do that, you're gonna die very, very quickly. Now, let's have a look at the map here. We're actually still only in the first parts of the dungeon that we're exploring right now. Now, maybe these monsters are actually too powerful for what we've currently got. So what we could choose to do is we could choose to teleport back to town. We can do that immediately, and don't worry, we'll be able to spawn directly into this dungeon again. And as I said in the beginning of this video, we don't have to defeat the same monsters again, because this is one persistent universe. Now, I want to make sure to repair all of our equipment here. That's gonna cost 232 gold, and we have 1,400 gold left. So with the remaining gold, what we might be able to do, with a bit of luck, is we might be able to find a new equipment piece that is more powerful than this studded leather armor that we've got on us at the moment. So it has 13 in defense, and it doesn't look like we're really able to find anything better than that. Now, if we had some orbs, we could infuse the studded leather armor that we've already got on us, but I don't have any of those yet. But there is sort of an infusion system. There's also a weapon upgrading or equipment upgrading system, and there's also just over 200 items in this game. So there's so much loot to find. There's so much stuff to get into that I can't even show you guys yet, because I myself am only just getting into this game. I have played it for a good few hours, which is why I feel pretty confident talking about it, but there's so much to explore in the game, and some players have really dove in deep into this game, and they've spent tens of hours, if not already hundreds of hours on the game. I saw a few images over on, I think it was Facebook or Reddit, where someone was level 200 or something like that, or 140, and they had so many attribute points, or so many stat points. Whereas right now we have 10 in strength, they maybe had 200 in strength, and maybe 400 in dexterity, or something like that. So if you like games like Heretic Gods or Power Lost, for example, both of which I covered here on the channel a while ago, I think about a year ago, then you're definitely gonna enjoy this game as well, and you can find the download links for the Android version of the game in the description box down below this video. Now, typically, there's also some sort of boss waiting for us in these dungeons, so I'm a bit afraid now that we might soon see that boss. With a bit of luck, though, we'll just find the exit, and we'll be able to then continue to the next floor, the next level of this dungeon. But I guess even if we do that, we're still gonna need better equipment, because the monsters down there are gonna be even stronger. Now, there is also a quest system in this game. In fact, right now, we've got a quest waiting for us where we have to, here it is, Lost Soldiers. We have to find the Lost Soldiers in the prison, and I'm trying to work my way down to the prison, but the prison is very far down in this dungeon we're in, so we probably have to play the game for a few more hours before we get to that point. I initially thought I'd be able to show you guys how it looked like when we finished that quest, but I now realize that even though there are quests in this game, there aren't that many of them, so it takes a very long time to complete even just a single one of them. Now, look at this, guys. I think we found the boss over here. I see a blue sphere, and that's typically an indication of a boss. So, let's see. Yes, that goes. The zombie spitter and the infernal hounds are after us, and they run so quickly. So I guess this is where we have to use our new roll ability and maybe try to defeat most of these guys with the explosive trap that we laid. We have so little HP left. Oh man, okay, we recovered all of our HP there very quickly. I used an HP potion, so that's how we did that. Now, we do deal a lot of damage with this new crossbow, but the way these monsters work is that we have to be within the blue sphere to be able to attack them. And now we stumbled into the spitter, and it killed us. So we're dead again. Oh man. But we're gonna try this one more time though, because again, remember, monsters don't respawn, so we should have a fairly great chance of defeating these guys the next time around. So I'm gonna head back to the beginning of this dungeon, and meanwhile, let's talk a bit about how this game monetizes. And this is actually where I get really excited about this game, because there are no advertisements in AnimA, and there's only a single $1 in-app purchase if you want to support the developers, and that one will add extra inventory space. It will give you more character slots, so you can create even more characters, and it will give you one auto-upgradable weapon per class. So that's one for melee, one for magic, and one for the archery class. But that's it. No advertisements, no paywalls. It's just amazing, really. AnimA is a true mobile gaming gem, and I'm so happy to have found the game and to be able to share it with you guys, because I think a lot of you are really gonna love this one. Now, I know already what you guys are gonna say though, because I've been praising this game so much, and you're probably gonna ask, NimbleThor, what is the downside of this game? And so if I had to get really picky and point to one thing that I don't like about the game, it's the sensitivity of the joystick controls. It feels a bit too sensitive for me. The controls overall are actually really great in this game, but they're just a bit too sensitive. Now, luckily, there's a very easy fix for that. The developers just have to add a sensitivity option in the settings of this game, but we don't have that right now, and I guess that would be my conclusion on this game. That's the main downside of the game. But enough of me rambling about this game though. I am curious to hear what you guys think about the game in the comment section down below this video, so be sure to head down there, leave a comment, and let's get a discussion going about this game. Is this your favorite action RPG game on mobile? Have you played it yet? Would you be inclined to play it? Are you looking forward to the Diablo mobile game? Do you think it's gonna be a monetization mess? We can discuss all of that good stuff and much more in the comment section below this video. And with that said, let's now head into the mobile gaming news of the day, which is that the king of mobile games featuring some seriously angry birds, Rovio, is now slowly starting to grow again, because a new report shows that the company's games department saw a growth of 5.2% in comparison to last year, which, yes, isn't the most crazy growth we've seen on mobile, that's for sure, but it could be the beginning of a new era for Rovio though, as the company is now slowly transitioning away from just making Angry Birds games to also releasing new IPs with new characters set in brand new universes. Now, the reason why I picked this news to share with you guys today is that I feel all of us mobile gamers actually have a lot to thank Angry Birds for. They helped popularize mobile gaming, and if it wasn't for the huge Angry Birds success, I'm not really sure where exactly we'd even be today. So I do hope the company will be able to return to its former glory, and if that happens, I will be sure to cover what they release in the future to see if it's actually great, or if it's just complete and utter pay-to-win garbage. So if you want to follow along as I play those and other new great mobile games, then consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you haven't already. And then, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.